Hey, welcome to the Daily Dose. It is Friday, December 8th. Hope you're having a good day. We had a small meeting last night. I know it was off schedule, off Wednesday, but got it in Thursday night with some small group, got together, had some good chat, good fellowship as usual. Today I got to talk about golf. When we last left the proposed merger, which is still a proposed merger between the PGA Tour and the LIV Tour, remember the big bombshell announcement, it was June 6th, so that is what, 6 months ago, so half a year ago. It looked like PGA and LIV are going to merge, and we didn't know when, we didn't know how. What we did know is that the source of funding would be the LIV Tour, the PIF fund, Saudi Public Investment Fund, worth $600 billion. And you remember me saying many times they bought golf in doing that. But it was really just an agreement to agree. It was an agreement to not sue each other anymore, an agreement to try to get along and have a truce in terms of LIV poaching the best golfers. So much for that. In terms of the latter part, yeah, there are no lawsuits, but because those were dropped, but hey, they started poaching again. Jon Rahm, a top 5 golfer in the world, joins LIV. Announcement last night. This is a major announcement. I mean, we know about Brooks Koepka, and we know about Dustin Johnson, and Phil Mickelson, and Bubba Watson, and all these players that I saw when I saw the LIV Tour this summer. Now Jon Rahm? Jon Rahm is big time. I mean, again, I'm not a golf aficionado where I can say he's better than those guys, but we know he's a top 3, 4, 5 golfer in the world. The package, anywhere from $300 to $600 million over 3 years. We don't know. All these reports are out there about the money. But the big thing is for Rahm, I reported this when I talked to the LIV people this summer, they get ownership. So he'll have a team, just like Watson has a team, Koepka has a team, Johnson has a team, Mickelson has a team. And those teams are in part owned by their captains, maybe up to 25%, some people 20%, some people 10%. I would think Rahm gets a 25% piece of that team, which will eventually be sold in the team sports way that we've come so used to in team sports with selling franchises. As they appreciate in value, that is great value. In addition to his whatever it is, $300 million or $600 million on this 3-year deal. He's not waiting, right? So he's not waiting until this merger does or doesn't happen. And if it does, okay, he's into this new entity that combines PGA Tour and LIV Tour. If it doesn't, I mean, either way, he keeps the money. The money's there. So what we have now is we have a situation where Jon Rahm joins these defectors in the midst of a proposed settlement. And not settlement, but merger. And is the merger going to happen? They put a December 31st date on it? I don't know. Doesn't think so. Doesn't look like it right now. And there are reports that the people that negotiated the merger back in June, they're gone, and now the PGA Tour people are involved. They don't want the deal. Maybe there's other domestic investors, private equity, but if there's private equity, you know what they do? They come in and chop and get rid of these tours that don't make any money for the PGA Tour. I mean, it's a mess. PGA Tour has allowed this to happen by not getting this deal done. I'm sure the leaders of the LIV Tour, the Saudi PIF fund, are getting, they've already announced the schedule for LIV in 2024. So maybe it happens. I'm sure that December 31st is probably not a hard deadline, but meanwhile, people like Jon Rahm are taking the money and running and set themselves up and their family tree for huge, huge wealth. All right, have a great weekend, guys. I'll see you next week.